Did you know that after 80, your legs can lose up to 15% of their strength every decade? Most people assume that getting weaker and unsteady is just part of aging. But here's the exciting news. There's a simple exercise approach that can actually restore your leg strength and balance in just weeks, even in your 80s or 90s. In this video, I'll show you that approach, along with the top 5 science-backed exercises to stay strong, steady, and independent at any age. Before we dive into the exercises, let's discuss a key factor affecting leg strength, one often overlooked. Many think wobbly legs and slow walking are unavoidable. But research shows leg weakness after 80 isn't inevitable. It can be reversed faster than most doctors expect. A 2021 University of Michigan study found adults over 80 don't just lose muscle, they lose the brain-to-muscle connection. Your muscles are still there, but your brain can't fully switch them on. It's like a car with a full tank of gas, but a faulty ignition. The power is there, but you can't access it. That's why many older adults say, "I feel strong sitting, but when I stand, my legs don't respond." Most workouts miss this link. They build muscle, but ignore the wiring that powers it. The good news? A 2023 study found targeted neuromuscular exercises can restore this connection in 8 to 12 weeks, even past 85. Progress doesn't need to be fast, just steady. Before we start, drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Exercise number 1. Marching in place. This is something I recommend to almost every patient over 80 who walks into my clinic. It's called marching in place, and it's the foundation for everything else. Here's why marching is so powerful. It activates the hip flexor muscles, those muscles at the front of your hip that lift your leg when you walk. After 80, these muscles weaken dramatically, which is why many older adults develop a shuffling gait. But marching does something even more important. It retrains that neuromuscular connection I mentioned earlier. It reminds your brain how to fire those leg muscles in the correct sequence. So here's how to perform marching correctly. Stand next to a counter or sturdy chair for support. Keep your back straight and look forward, not down at your feet. Now, lift your right knee up as high as you comfortably can. Aim for hip height if possible, but even 6 inches off the ground is a great start. As you lift, focus on using your hip muscles to pull your leg up rather than just swinging it. Hold that position for 1 second, then slowly lower your foot back down with control. Now repeat with your left leg. The key here is quality over quantity. Each lift should be deliberate and controlled. I typically recommend starting with 1 set of 10 repetitions on each leg. That's 10 marches per leg, so 20 total movements. Now, to make this easier, you can hold on to your support with both hands and only lift your knee a few inches off the ground. The important thing is maintaining your balance and keeping your movements controlled. To make it more challenging, try marching without holding on to support, or add a 2-second pause at the top of each lift. You can even march while moving forward slowly across your room. Remember, start where you are, not where you think you should be. Your strength will build over time. Exercise number 2, standing hip abduction. Now that we've activated your hip flexors, let's move to the muscles on the side of your hips, your hip abductors. These muscles are absolutely critical for maintaining balance and preventing falls. Here's what most people don't know. Weak hip abductors are the #1 predictor of falls in adults over 80. A 2022 study found that strengthening these muscles reduced fall risk by 58% in just 8 weeks. Standing hip abduction specifically targets these side hip muscles, and it's one of the most effective exercises for improving your walking stability. Here's how to perform standing hip abduction correctly. Stand next to a counter or chair, placing one hand on it for support. Keep your standing leg slightly bent, don't lock your knee. Your back should be straight and your core muscles slightly engaged. From here, slowly lift your outside leg straight out to the side. Keep your toe pointing forward, don't let your foot turn outward. Lift as high as you comfortably can, aiming for about 12 to 18 inches off the ground, though even 6 inches is excellent. Here's the critical part. Pause at the top for 1 full second, really squeezing the muscles on the side of your hip. Then slowly lower your leg back down in a controlled motion. Don't just drop it, control it all the way down. Perform 1 set of 10 repetitions on each leg. Switch sides by turning around and working the other leg. Now, if you have balance concerns, place both hands on your support surface. You can also reduce the height of your leg lift. Even a small movement will strengthen these muscles. For a more challenging version, try performing the exercise without holding on, or add a resistance band around your ankles for extra resistance. You can also increase to 2 sets of 12 repetitions as you get stronger. Before we move on, if you're still watching and finding this helpful, drop a number 2 in the comments to let me know you're here. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button and the bell so you don't miss any future videos. Exercise number 3, calf raises. We've worked the front and sides of your hips. Now it's time to strengthen your calves, the muscles that power every single step you take. Here's something fascinating. Your calf muscles contain some of the fastest weakening muscle fibers in your entire body after age 80. Research shows that calf strength declines up to 30% faster than thigh muscles in older adults. This is why so many people over 80 tell me they feel unsteady when walking, especially on uneven surfaces. Weak calves mean poor push-off power with each step, which makes walking feel exhausting. But here's the exciting part. Calf muscles respond incredibly well to targeted exercises. You can see noticeable improvements in just 3 to 4 weeks. Calf raises are the best exercise for rebuilding this critical strength. They also improve ankle stability, which is essential for preventing trips and falls. Here's how to perform calf raises correctly. Stand facing a counter or the back of a sturdy chair, placing both hands on it for support. Keep your feet hip-width apart and your back straight. From here, slowly rise up onto the balls of your feet, lifting your heels as high as you comfortably can. The key is to push through the balls of your feet and really squeeze your calf muscles at the top. Hold that top position for 1 to 2 seconds. This is where the magic happens. Then slowly lower your heels back down in a controlled motion, all the way until they touch the floor. Start with 1 set of 10 repetitions. If that feels too easy, aim for 2 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions. Now, for an easier version, you can perform smaller raises, only lifting your heels an inch or 2 off the ground. You can also keep your hands firmly planted on your support surface for more stability. To make this more challenging, try performing calf raises on 1 leg at a time, or slow down the lowering phase to 3 or 4 seconds. This creates more muscle engagement. As you get stronger, you can even try performing these without holding on. But listen to your body. If you feel any sharp pain in your calves or ankles, reduce the range of motion and check with your healthcare provider.
Exercise number 4, sit to stand. Now, this next exercise is perhaps the single most important movement for maintaining independence after 80. It's called sit to stand, and here's why it matters so much. A landmark study in 2020 followed 3,000 adults over 80 for 5 years and found something remarkable. Those who could perform 10 sit-to-stand repetitions without hand support were 3 times more likely to maintain their independence. Think about it. Every time you get out of bed, stand up from the toilet, or rise from a chair, you're using the exact same muscles. If these muscles are weak, you lose independence in multiple areas of your life at once. But here's the good news. This exercise directly trains the muscles you use most in daily life, your quadriceps, glutes, and core. It's the ultimate functional exercise. Start by sitting in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor, hip-width apart. Scoot forward so you're sitting near the edge of the seat. Cross your arms over your chest, or if you need support, place your hands on the armrests. From here, lean forward slightly. This is crucial, bringing your nose over your toes. Now, push through your heels and stand up in one smooth motion. Your weight should be in your heels, not your toes. At the top, stand fully upright, squeezing your glute muscles. Then slowly lower yourself back down to the seated position with control. Don't just plop down, control the descent. That lowering phase is just as important as standing up. Start with one set of 8 to 10 repetitions. Now, for an easier version, use a higher chair or place a cushion on your seat to make it easier to stand. You can also use the armrests for assistance, gradually reducing how much you rely on them as you get stronger. For a more challenging version, try crossing your arms over your chest throughout the entire movement, or slow down the lowering phase to 3 or 4 seconds. You can even progress to 2 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions. Before we begin the next exercise, if you're finding this helpful so far, don't forget to subscribe and stay with us. We've got even more science-backed moves coming up.
Exercise number 5, seated ankle rotations. The final exercise is one that's often overlooked, but it's absolutely critical for maintaining mobility and preventing falls after 80. It's called seated ankle rotations. Your ankles are the first point of contact with the ground with every step you take. Stiff, weak ankles mean poor balance and increased fall risk. In fact, research shows that reduced ankle mobility increases fall risk by up to 45% in older adults. But here's what's exciting. Ankle exercises can improve your balance and walking stability in as little as 2 to 3 weeks. They also help reduce ankle swelling, which is common in older adults. Seated ankle rotations are perfect because they can be done anywhere, while watching TV, reading, or even during meals. Here's how to perform seated ankle rotations correctly. Sit in a sturdy chair with your back supported and feet flat on the floor. Lift your right foot just a few inches off the ground. Now slowly rotate your ankle in a circular motion, drawing circles with your toes. Start by rotating clockwise, making 10 slow, deliberate circles. The key is to move only your ankle and foot, keep your legs still. Then switch directions and perform 10 counterclockwise rotations. After completing your right foot, switch to your left foot and repeat the same sequence. The important thing here is making the circles as large as you comfortably can. Really stretch your ankle through its full range of motion. Perform one set on each foot. You can do this exercise multiple times throughout the day. It's gentle enough to repeat often. Now, if you have limited ankle mobility, start with smaller circles. Even tiny movements will help. You can also point and flex your foot up and down if rotations are too difficult at first. To make this more challenging, you can add ankle pumps, pointing your toes down and then flexing them up toward your shin, or you can perform the rotations while standing and holding on to support. This exercise is also excellent for reducing ankle stiffness in the morning or after sitting for long periods.
Now that you know these 5 essential exercises, here's how to make them work for you. Start small. Just one set of each exercise every day, even if it's only for 5 minutes. Focus on form first, then add more over time. Each week, increase your repetitions by about 10 to 20%. This gradual progression, known as progressive resistance training, is the gold standard for building strength after 80. If you miss a day, that's okay. Just pick up where you left off. Progress isn't about perfection, it's about consistency. You'll start noticing changes within 4 to 6 weeks. Walking feels easier, balance improves, and confidence returns. And if you really want to take your results further, don't stop here. Watch this next. 5 essential exercises you must do to stay strong after 60. If this video helped you, please hit that like button and tell me in the comments which exercise you're starting with today. And don't forget to subscribe for more simple, science-backed routines made to keep you active and independent after 60.